This is a presentation of Chippewa Valley Community Television.
Michelle BALAS here for Chippewa Valley Community Television's Valley Talk. We're at Hogs and Hops, the third annual, September 2013, on the Country Fest grounds. We've got a lot of people in the tent behind me tasting a lot of local beers, and we've got some chefs around here making some wonderful barbecue bibs. The place smells wonderful. Too bad you can't smell off your TV. So we're going to be talking to some folks around here. Maybe we'll get a couple of secret recipes to share with you, maybe not. And we'll also get to talk to some of the musicians. So hang on around with us and enjoy the show. I am talking here with Scott Marrier, who's with the Hands Foundation, helped organize some of this Hops and Hogs, or Hogs and Hops. You're involved in the collection of items for the veterans. How long have you been working with the Hands Foundation?
Well, we started the Hands Foundation 10 years ago. Originally, we've been playing concerts, and we create awareness. And for the first 8 years, we were helping handicapped people fix homes for free.
Fix their homes?
Yeah. 9 years, we did 166 houses.
So you're one of the things that you identified with the handicap or the veterans was that their homes, they had disrepair?
Well, that's just the history of the first 9 years. That's what we did. 2 years ago, we started learning about what was happening to homeless veterans. And so we switched gears. And so the concert, which you'll see tonight, is called Shotgun Wedding. And it's a themed event, and it's about a couple that has to get married in 1933. And so all the music is about their lives. And so each song is related to the other one. And so because the theme is a wedding reception, so you just got invited to come to a wedding reception, and a lot of people come dressed for that, and a lot of people bring wedding presents. So when they're writing a CD, the timing, it just all kind of fit together. Well, why don't we do this, and we could do this? So we started testing it, and it was just a huge hit. And in 2 years' time, we just went over 14,000 items. And we do a lot of stuff in Minneapolis. A lot of the homeless vets from Wisconsin end up in Minneapolis.
Why do you think that happens?
Bigger cities, they have empty buildings, people leave them alone. They get real isolated. There's a trust issue with homeless veterans. They don't trust the government. There's all kinds of programs out there, but they really don't want anything to do with it because they don't trust it. It's part of the government. And they get very isolated. And so we have a group of veterans. We go out, we have an old motorhome. It's like me, it's old and ugly, but it still runs. And we actually have a doctor, a dentist, a barber, and 2 attorneys that take turns going out. And the idea is you got to earn their trust back.
Which is kind of hard, I bet.
You got to be real patient. We're not affiliated with any groups, and that's our thing. We approach them with other veterans, and the number one item we use is a quilt. The first rule is help them survive. Thus, quilts, sleeping bags, blankets, pillows, and a quilt is made special. They're handmade quilts, and we have probably 7,500 ladies now that make quilts for us. So all the quilters of America unite with us, and something happens when you give them a present, and it gets them talking. And when we first did this, you have to go find them because they don't come to shelters very often, but they communicate. So now we'll go there. There might be 6, 8, 10 at a time, and we have a 12-foot trailer we pull behind. We just flip the ramp, and they go in and take whatever they want, and then it's a matter of what their needs are. Yeah, but they got to trust you first. And so we try to get them whatever it is. A lot of post-traumatic stress, might be rehab, but like anything, they got to want help. Yeah. And we have a group we work with in the cities called Help a Vet. And he's a vet, been doing it for about 10 years. He's real good at it. He actually works for the Disabled Veterans Administration. So there's programs out there that can help them, but until they're ready to receive it or accept it, it doesn't do any good. He's placed probably 70 to 75 vets in housing now, and so we're working up the ladder, and then the long-term goal is find them a home and a job. And a lot of people don't realize about 40% of the homeless vets right now are Iraq, Afghanistan. I was just talking to a group here, they were in late 20s, and I'm going, guys, this is your crew. And most people, we did not know what the statistics were. In fact, we were shocked. And so every weekend for 2 years, just about, we go out, we go somewhere, and we talk to people. Do you know what's going on? Do you know what the problems, what are the issues? And here's what people are doing to help. We don't try to recruit them. If they want to help, they'll tell us. And so we got people knitting stuff and sewing things. And if you look over there, that's what's coming tonight. We had somebody brought in 500 T-shirts tonight. It's called VOW, Veterans Outdoor World. They heard about this. It's a cool thing. And it's like a lot of people like, well, how can I help? But they can't really hit the streets. We've got those contacts. We're also starting to work down in Nashville, which is another area. A lot of homeless vets in Nashville. We're doing a show down there November 20th at 3rd and Lindsley. We're doing one in Kentucky. We're in Shawano next weekend at the Menominee Casino. They're sponsoring a show. And so it's just a cool way because there's a fix to this. Yeah. It's very, very fixable, and it's called people. It's not called the government. The government's too slow, too much red tape. It's a lot of people getting involved, doing a bunch of little things. You can't look at the numbers. Like the VA admits there's 76,000 homeless vets every night. That's what they know of. It's called American Homeless Center. It's a nonprofit. They estimate it's 130 to 200,000. You can't get caught up in these huge numbers. It's got to be one at a time. You find them, you help them, you get them talking. Now, some will never come off the street. A lot of Vietnam vets will never come off. This is their life, it's their home, but we can still make them comfortable.
Well, and the more recent vets, of course, aren't ingrained quite in that lifestyle. Right. And, of course, this is the way we show our gratitude for their service.
Yeah. And it's like they get in a rut. They all have a story of how they got into that rut, but it becomes very comfortable there. But then what? All right, I'm here. My house is gone. The only thing I have, I'm carrying around with me. All right, well, how do I get to the job? If you hired me, how am I going to get there? How do you clean up for the job? If I'm a homeless vet, you want to hire me, how are you going to get a hold of me? So there's this unique set of problems, but it all comes back to the basics, and that's trust. And so the first step is survival. All right. The second step is a job and a home for those that choose and want it. And so that's what we're trying to do, create awareness so people know what's going on. There's all these different ideas of how you can help. You can go to handsfoundation.com, HANDS foundation.com. Now, unfortunately, somebody hacked us, so there's a lot of stuff missing. Twice now, but there's enough stuff there that you'll get the drift of what's going on. And Rosewater, who you'll hear at 6 o'clock, they started this craziness. And to be honest with you, this is what we love about Wisconsin. We can go to a lot of places, there's no response. Around here, people respond. It's really cool. Minnesota, Wisconsin, it's just what we love about this area. They want to make a difference in people's life. And so that's what we do, and that's why we do it.
And is Hands Foundation, where is it? Is there an office or a central location for it?
Not at this point. We're working on that. We're the crazy people fixing up a church in Thorpe called St. Hedwig's. For the local people, it's a famous church 2 miles east of Thorpe. And it's been closed since 1970. They were going to tear it down, and we're fixing it up. And there'll actually be a museum there to honor the people that built it, because it was local people built it. And there'll be a recording studio there, because music is how we raise our money.
What a neat combination.
Well, the Catholic Church leased us a church for 100 years for $100. Now, we got to fix it. So there's all kinds of people have gotten involved in that project. So that's over by Thorpe. We're actually from Owen Withy. Half the band is from Nashville. Half the band is from Wisconsin, and there's two people from Minneapolis. So we call it Outlaw Bluegrass. Now this is country, but it's got some rock and blues. It's got ballads. It's music for every age. You know, you could be 15 or 115. You're what, 39 now, 37? It's right. It's perfect for you. So everybody relates to the music. There's something in it for everybody. Big vocals. Now I'm biased because you understand my two sons are in there, but they write the music. But it's family-friendly music. This is the ultimate cool. Now you're at a wedding reception. We need to dress you up for this a little better now. Do you have any dresses with bridesmaids dress or anything you can borrow? And you don't have to dress up now, but a lot of people come dressed up, and a lot of people bring presents, and that's what we get a shot of the trailer. That's what's come in tonight so far. So it's a wonderful story. It's people making a difference, and there's a lot of people getting involved in this now that we're excited about.
And you're going to be taking this stuff out next weekend and handing it out to the vets that you find.
What you see here will be on the streets within probably a couple, 3 weeks by the time we get it there and get it out. Like I say, we just went over 14,000 items so far. My son is heckling me over there, so.
Well, I really appreciate you talking to us about the Hands Foundation, and I'm really glad that you connected up with all these folks in this Hogs and Hops.
One more cool story.
Yeah?
I got a call 2 nights ago from Chuck Rakovich. Chuck is the head football coach from the Chippewa Falls Chi-High football. The football team is sponsoring the Hands Foundation. And all the parents, especially the moms. Now, you get moms going, things are going to happen, man, I'm telling you. So they're collecting items, and you can bring them to the home football games. There's an enclosed trailer parked by the bleachers there for the next 3 Chi-High football games. And Rayco's a friend of mine, and he came up with this idea, and it kind of tipped us over. And I know they collected last night, and they got like 100 items with like 1 day notice. So it's people getting creative that want to make a difference like that. So our hats go off to the Chi-High Cardinals, man. Go rock them, baby.
Well, terrific.
Thanks, moms, by the way, too. Dads, you're okay, but we'll let the moms happen, you know?
Okay, well, thanks a lot for telling us the kind of work you're up to and kind of sharing with us what this, is a pretty fun event anyway, but to see that the efforts going to this good cause, we really appreciate it.
Every barbecue you eat, every beer you drink will help a homeless vet. Now, it don't get no better than that.
Okay, we got to go drink some beer and have some barbecue.
I'll drive you home. Don't worry about it. No.
Thanks, Scott. I get to talk now with Andy Naborik, who is with Eau Claire Express and one of the organizers of this event. So, looking pretty good?
Yeah, it's starting to get a little cloudy, but I think, it's been a pretty good turnout here this year. The music is a little different this year from the last couple, but, pretty good crowd. I'm pretty happy with it.
Have you organized previous events?
Yes, with the Express, we have 35 games a year, so we do a lot of it there, of course, but this is the 3rd year of this event, so that got a little bit different type of thing at the end of the season for us to just kind of have a fun little deal where people can come out and listen to music, drink beer, and have some barbecue.
How long has it taken for you to get this coordinated?
It takes a while. We start in the fall, when we're getting ready for our season, we put some of the first things in place for this event. So the first thing was with the change in site this year, change of venue, we started working with Country Jam on that, pretty early on. So conversation started late fall, and then it kind of built up to here. So a lot of things go at the last minute, but the preparation starts, months in advance.
And getting the weather to cooperate, it's pretty nice too, huh?
Yeah, so far. I heard there might be some rain coming, but my fingers are crossed.
Well, we got a little ways to go, and it's pretty nice to have it not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah, definitely. You get too warm, people aren't going to want to come out and bake in the sun. If it gets too cold, they want to stay inside. So, this is about perfect temperature.
Have you been trying some of the ribs out there?
I have not eaten the thing all day.
How about the beer? Did you get to try any of that?
I have also had no beer.
So far, so good, huh?
Yeah, I'm not getting to experience the event, but that's what happens when you run it.
Absolutely. And can you tell what kind of a crowd, what size of a crowd you've got today?
I've got preliminary numbers, and, it shows an increase over last year, so that's something we're happy about. We hope that some more show up for Lost Highway later on tonight, and I think we could still see that number increase.
That's right. And it's still got a ways to go tonight, although the ribs have been judged. I don't know if when they're announcing them after this music, and there's no contest with the beer. They're just trying all these microbrews, right?
Correct. Yeah, they're just sampling them. So the cook-off winners will be announced here at some point later this evening. They're still compiling all the results and getting all that situated.
Absolutely. Well, there's an awful lot happening in the beer tent. It's kind of too close quarters for me to go talk to anybody in there, but certainly you have a lot of people in there. How many different kinds of beer are being tried, do you know, or different brewery groups?
I think it's 18 different groups this year that we had, so that's more than we've had in the past, about 65 different beers. So, a lot of different beers within those breweries, but some are the same brewery, but, like a Sam Adams and a Twisted Tea are the same thing, but, you kind of count it as two because they're two very different types. So, you have about 18 different types of beer.
So this is a really nice variety, and it's only the third annual. I presume you're hoping this will grow year by year?
Absolutely, yeah, and I think the live music we have this year really helped that. So, this really is a good kickoff here, and hopefully this venue works for us and we continue to kind of grow the thing.
Well, and good causes that you're supporting too.
Yeah, definitely. We're fortunate to have the Hands Foundation be a part of this event with us, and it's just a great cause and a great thing they're trying to get out to try to collect items and definitely support our veterans. So it's something that we thought tied in really well with this event, and with Rosewater performing here, we thought it was a real good win-win for this event to have that going on.
Well, it looks like it's just a great time. We're having everybody seems to be having a great time, and clearly your efforts were successful.
Yeah, it definitely successful with people having a good time, but it's pretty hard to screw up when you've got all this going on. So if you come out here and don't have a good time, I feel like there's something wrong with you.
Well, great, and thanks an awful lot for your work.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Thanks. Bye. I am talking now to Daryl Marrier, who is one of the performers, obviously not performing right now, performing with the band. I gotta get up there. Performing with the band Rosewater. So you are helping organize this event too, Daryl?
Well, we helped in it's being tied in with the Hands Foundation, and that's what I'm part of. And so this year we teamed up with the Leader Telegram and the Eau Claire Express and Country Jam, who's giving us the grounds here. And they're giving part of the proceeds to our foundation, and we asked people to come and collect goods, bring goods to the event for us to pass out to homeless veterans. So that's where my involvement is. And then playing after these guys.
I presume your band is all interested in helping with the Hands Foundation too.
Yeah, that was part of it for them. They were excited that we were doing something with the music, as opposed to just playing shows. We're using the shows to raise awareness and collect goods and stuff like that. So yeah.
Do you add this sensitivity to the homeless veterans in any of your music?
It's mostly the idea of the show. Typically, is a themed live show. So we we typically do it as a shotgun wedding reception, and which is which is the way we put it on. And then the idea is they bring wedding gifts for the bride and groom, which are the items for the veterans. But the music is more kind of upbeat and dance music. We're just trying to have a good time, have a little party, and then also raise awareness. So it's a positive evening kind of thing, So
Lift the spirits and try to have a positive vibe to this really good work. How long have you been working with the Hands Foundation?
We started about 10 years ago, and through the years we've gone through different avenues of helping people. We started building homes in Mexico for people there who didn't have homes, and then we went into disaster relief. Whoa, that keyboard's hot. Wow. We went into disaster relief after that, and then local projects, and now up to the Homeless Veterans Project, which we just started a couple of years ago. And we're working with a group out of Minneapolis called Help a Vet, which was started by a veteran. And so he goes out in Minneapolis and finds the homeless veterans to give things to. And there are 4,000 homeless vets alone in Minneapolis.
Just in Minneapolis. I presume there's quite a few in the Eau Claire area.
There's 90 here in Chippewa Falls and Eau Claire in this area as well. So
that you've identified.
Right, exactly. That's always the tough part, is to find them first of all. And that's why that's why we're working with Help a Vet, because he's a veteran. They're going to trust veterans, so it's very helpful to be able to find them that way. Yeah.
Are you able to give them I notice you're collecting blankets, sleeping bags, things like that. Are there other ways you're helping them?
We're starting with collecting just for survival mode. We got to get them stuff for especially the winter seasons when it's getting cold outside. So we started collecting goods that way. We're doing sleeping bags, jackets, T-shirts, and we're also starting to collect household items because we're starting to see some of these guys get into housing, and we're trying to help with that too, because that's the long-term goal. It starts with collecting goods, people helping us out with that, and then we move towards getting them jobs and housing, and that's the long term. So that's where it'll move to after this, first thing we're starting with.
Terrific. Well, it's quite a festival. We're already getting a bit of a crowd here. Is this kind of what you're looking for in the crowd?
Oh yeah, it's a good start. I mean, it just opened half an hour ago, and we already got a couple hundred people in here, so it's a good start. We'll keep filling it up.
Did you help organize the other musicians that are playing today?
No, that was through the Eau Claire Telegram and Leader Telegram and the Eau Claire Express. They organized all that. But we were kind of part of the original planning and because of the Homeless Veterans Project and all that.
And you knew you needed to play.
Of course. I mean, we got to be here. We got to be part of it. Play the music. So yeah, it's good to be here. We're excited to play.
Well, good. It's a happy party then. It's a good, good vibe for an important cause. Thanks a lot for talking to us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks.
Talking to Sarah Larson, looks like you are checking out some of the beers. Have you had some ribs?
Yes, I have.
And what do you think?
They were really good, actually. I got them from the Hickory Kiss Barbecue. They were really good. I got a sampler, and I got 3, and I felt like it was a good amount, so that's good.
Have you been to this event before?
I actually haven't. This is the first year. I saw it kind of advertising on the or where they do the Country Fest, like the building, and I didn't know what it was. And then one of my friends brought it up, and they saw it on Volume 1. So we're like, why not? Something different. Yeah. So definitely.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, we've had a really good time. We're lucky it hasn't rained yet. I'm holding out for that, but
it's not gonna rain.
It's not gonna. It feels good. So, but yeah, lots of great breweries, and we've had a great time. So, yeah.
Well, this is a great event. We hope it happens again.
Yes, definitely. Does it just go towards the Express, or what does it go towards?
Well, apparently a lot of the proceeds go to helping the homeless veterans.
Oh, very cool, cool.
With the Hands Foundation.
Nice. The one thing I'm a little bummed about is that there's all these barbecue things, but none of them are selling. They're just competing, essentially. Right. I don't quite understand that, but I asked to be a taste tester next year.
They?
I know. I was a little offended, but I said next year I'd like to be a taste tester if all possible. So
absolutely. Well, they're talking about making this a bigger and a bigger event, and they may need more tasters.
And what we were saying too is that they only use this grounds for Country Jam, what we're aware of right now, and it's a good place that they should use it more often. Yeah, so
absolutely,
yeah.
Well, Sarah, thanks for talking to us, and enjoy your beer.
Thank you very much. I will.
So, Damon, are you the chef, or is Lou the secret ingredient? Is that how it goes?
It's a team effort is what it is. Both of us contribute to what we're doing here, for sure.
How long have your ribs been sitting on the grill?
We've had them on the smoker for about 5 hours.
And these sauces are some that you have developed yourself, and you make your own and market your own sauces and rubs, it looks like. How long have you been working on those kinds of recipes?
Well, we've had the sauces on the market for the last 4 years. We produce them over in River Falls, but we've been developing them for about the last 15 years in a restaurant that we owned up in northern Wisconsin. So we've just turned it into competition barbecue. We travel around the area, all around the Midwest, doing fairs and festivals, food vending, catering, and then competing just like this here and trying to take home some awards.
Are you willing to tell the public some of your secret ingredients?
To be honest with you, our secret ingredient is really the products that we make specifically for retail sale. We've got our Croy Valley barbecue boosters here. This is our garlic barbecue booster. That's the dry rub that we use on the ribs. And then we have our competition barbecue sauce, which is this product right here, and we use that straight on the ribs. And most of the products that we make in barbecue, the reason why it says competition barbecue on it is because we use it in competition, and so do other teams around the country, and it's been winning a lot of awards.
So you're winning awards as you're going around, huh?
We are. From competitions like this here in Eau Claire to Kansas City Barbecue Society tournaments that we do across the country. We're even, Lou and I are heading to the World Food Championships in Las Vegas in November to compete out there. So we just got done winning a competition that qualified us for that, and we'll definitely be bringing our products along for that as well.
So you've been to Hogs and Hops before?
No, this is our first time here. Yeah. Neat festival, so we're excited about it.
Well, it's great, and I know, Lou, you're a little further away. You're enjoying life on the road?
I love it. It's fantastic.
Well, I'm going to let you get back to it. I know the judges are coming through pretty soon, but thanks an awful lot for talking to us.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
We're talking to Riff Raff Barbecue. We got Chad and Rick who are here. You just pulled some ribs off the grill, huh?
Yes, ma'am. It's all done and ready to go. We got to cut it up and submit it to the judges, and we're going to be good to go.
And have you been part of this contest before?
I have not. This is my first one here in Eau Claire.
In Eau Claire, you've done this before someplace, huh?
I have done one other back home in Woodville.
You get a lot of rave reviews for your ribs?
The last contest I was in, I did take first on my ribs.
So, are you the sous chef, so to speak, or are you the supervisor?
I'm the second pair of hands. And taste tester, I guess.
You guys brothers?
Yes. Yep.
Could you tell?
So you've developed a system. Got any secret ingredients you're willing to share?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Lips are sealed, folks. The judges will be along pretty soon. I see they look mighty tasty, huh? How long does it take for you to cook them on the grill?
5 to 6 hours.
Well, does it smell right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
We're going to taste them in a minute here.
Okay, we'll let you get back to your tasting. Thanks a lot, guys. Just taking a quick talk here to Dan Lixip of Dat Some Pig.
Dat Some Pig is our team name, yeah.
And Looks like some pretty nice ribs here.
This is the traditional rib, sort of the Memphis dry rub. So there's really no sauce involved in this one at all. It's other than use a little bit of a baste during the cooking, but it's mostly just seasoned with a dry rub. And so any of the moisture is basically captured in that crust.
Yum. How long have you been cooking ribs?
Doing it this way, probably about 4 or 5 years.
Have you been to Hogs and Hops before?
Yeah, last 3 years, yeah. We won the rib competition last year. This year, I'm not sure how we're going to do, but we're having fun. So
that's the whole point, anyway, right?
It is the whole point. Yeah, it is. It's just a good day out in the country. You know?
Got great weather, didn't you?
Beautiful weather, absolutely beautiful weather. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot. I'll let you get back to it. I'm talking to Mike Trebesh and Desiree Trebesh, and these folks have come to our Hogs and Hops. You're traveling through Wisconsin from Minnesota?
Yeah, visiting her parents and stopping for some beer.
Did you know Hogs and Hops was happening this weekend?
Yes, we did. We came last year, and it was an awesome event, so we had to come back.
And have you tried many, many kinds?
All but 3, I think. We have 3 left.
So are you pacing yourselves?
Yeah, exactly. Pacing.
Pretty good?
Yes, very good.
And enjoying the ribs too?
Oh, they're beautiful, yeah. Ribs and the pulled pork sandwich are awesome.
So you made it a point to visit Eau Claire. At this point, did the family come too, or is it just the two of you getting away from the family?
Yep, just 2 of us. No kids.
Yay!
Exactly.
Well, we just wanted to stop and say hi, folks. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm with Miles Casey of Biggie and Bull's Barbecue.
Yes, ma'am.
You're an Eau Claire group.
Yes, ma'am.
And you just turned in your ribs.
Yes, ma'am.
We got a few shots of them coming out.
Yep,
they're gorgeous.
Right over here. Thank you very much.
Have you been to Hogs and Hops before?
I have done Hogs and Hops. I started last year at this event, and I'm actually one of the people who helped promote this event.
And what do you think of the event this year?
Changing it over to Country Jam Grounds is a very good thing for this event. Eventually, we have goals of possibly making it into a sanctioned KCBS event. KCBS is a governing body of the barbecue world. And
there's a governing body for barbecue world? What?
There actually is, and the KCBS organization is one of the fastest growing organizations in the United States right now. They sanction hundreds of events across the United States. We've actually, Mark and I have been to a few this year already. We've traveled as far as Michigan, southern Wisconsin. We've been around quite a bit this year already, so we do these. This is probably about our 11th event this year, so.
Wow. And how are your ribs this time?
I think they look really good. Our tenderness is good. Our color is good. The little bit I had, the texture and the tenderness was real good. I feel pretty good about them, but, you know, really, it's all what the judges think. Whatever the judges are hungry for, I can turn it in gold, but if they're hungry for silver, then it's just not my day.
Mark, you want to come over and talk to us? Oh, come on. Speak up for your ribs. How long you been slaving over the barbecue?
Today or in my life? Oh, today, 6 hours?
Yep.
How about your life?
My life? 4 or 5 years playing with it.
You got a family reputation or a community reputation?
We're building one pretty quick right now, that's for sure.
Our catering company specializes in barbecue, pulled pork, ribs, and such, and we do events. We're building and doing events here in the Chippewa Valley. So we just started this past winter. We started it up, and we've had a lot of positive support. A lot of fans out there. We're real excited about what might happen. So.
And you're saying you helped organize the event. Have you been involved with it all 3 years?
No, they brought us in last year. They came to us. They knew that we were a competition team. So they said, hey, what would you guys do to change it? And we sat down with the organizers and said, okay, well, you should look at this and look at this and look at that. And they've taken our suggestions and just said, okay, go ahead and run with it. We trust you guys. So we've tried to pull in a few more teams. We pulled in some nationally certified judges for this event. So that way this event can get some more credibility as far as the barbecue competition goes, and perhaps grow it to something where we can have 30 or 40 teams, which is quite normal on some of the bigger scale events.
30 or 40 teams, wow.
And then we can actually move it out to the big grounds, the main part of the grounds here in JM. So,
wow.
We were in an event a couple weeks ago, and there was 43 competitors, 43 different teams.
That's a lot of ribs.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thanks an awful lot for talking to us, and I'm glad you're helping bring the event up to higher levels.
Hey, we love barbecue. We don't make money at it, but it's for the love of the game. You know, it's all about the fun of that. So, and the camaraderie between the competitors. A lot of us guys, we've competed against each other. We're good friends. It's all about that. So, and you get to eat some good food too.
Always.
Right. Well, thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out today, guys.
Bacon Bowl Barbecue.
Yeah.
Well, we're here talking to some of the crowd, eating here. Deanna, Lindsay, and Corey. So, I guess you guys are students at the university?
Yep, we're all seniors at UW Eau Claire.
And what motivated you to come down here?
Well, it's really nice to see all the vendors here, you know, be able to try all these samples, and the ribs are sure great too.
We really like craft beer.
And this is the place. It's amazing how many beers.
Oh, yeah. I think like over 75, they said. Yeah.
So have you been sampling?
Oh, yes. Yep. That was the first
yeah. Yep.
Have you found stuff you haven't tried before?
Yeah, half these beers I actually haven't even heard of, but it's nice to try something new, something that we've never had before.
What about you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's, again, probably about half of them that we haven't tried. It's nice to try some old favorites, too, but, we're here for the new stuff.
Yeah, right now I have an Australian IPA from Valkyrie, which is a brand that I've never even heard of. So it's really nice to be able to try stuff that I've never tried before. So.
And it's great to wash down some ribs with that, huh?
Oh, definitely. It hits the spot.
So is this the best barbecue you've had?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is good. Beer and barbecue, great combination.
Well, it's a great afternoon. It's the weather is great. It's not too hot, not too cold.
It's perfect.
Thanks for talking to us. I will let you get back to the important business you have before you.
Hey, thanks. Cheers.
I'm with Kevin Lysy and Mike Woodley of Pig Gators. And this is a barbecue team. You've turned in your ribs, and they're over there tasting them right now. How long have you guys been here?
We were here about 8 o'clock this morning.
And how long do you cook your ribs?
How long do we cook the ribs? About 6 hours.
Yeah.
Have you been to this event before?
No.
First time.
What inspired you to do this?
Just like the barbecue. Well, we'd have a good time at it,
I know that you had a bunch of tasters around. They have since left. They are camera shy, apparently. Looks like you've got a crew with you.
Yep. The wives.
Does this look like a lifestyle for you, maybe? Going around in barbecue contests?
Yeah, I could handle that.
Definitely.
Well, it's awful fun talking to you guys. I don't know, you got a secret ingredient you want to share with the audience?
Nope.
Not today.
Okay, everybody has kept their lips sealed, I've noticed.
Right.
Thank you, guys. am now talking to Scott Driver.
Hi there.
92.9, the Big Cheese, and Phil Tripper of Wax.
Wax 104.5.
More importantly, we are talking to some of the judges here at Hogs and Hops. You guys have been eating a lot of barbecue, huh?
It was absolutely delicious, Michelle. I got to tell you what, we had 6 competitive teams out here today for the barbecue tasting contest, chicken and ribs, and I got to say, it was all delicious. All of them are winners in our book.
There's a lot of rigorous training that goes in that some people don't realize, that we have to take classes and cooking. We go through kind of a barbecue boot camp beforehand just to make sure that we keep it out of our teeth, that we cleanse our palates, that we know what to recognize as far as a good smoky barbecue.
And I presume that you did have to choose winners, huh?
Unfortunately, there can only be one winner. And hopefully they picked the right one. Hopefully they picked the one that I like the best, because I like to think that I pick all the winners. But it really, all of them are delicious. They all worked hard. And, you know, these guys are all professionals out here. And it's just our pleasure to be a part of their lives for a couple of hours today.
And how many judges were you?
There were 6 of us judges, so we've all got different tastes. We've all got different kind of criteria. There's an essential idea behind it that you're following, but everyone's got their own thing going on. So some people like the spicy, some don't, some like the smoky. I like it all because free food is awesome, especially prepared by master barbecue people back here. So,
well, we've been talking to some of the barbecuers, and of course they come from all over. Some are local, some are from around. And I don't know, was there anything in particular about the local versus the folks that traveled from far away?
Well, the thing is that we don't know who's who. It's a blind taste test. You know, you hear that all the time. According to a blind taste test, well, it really is, actually. They just give us the trays. It's got a number on it. You fill it out as to how you think it is, and then you find out who's the winner at the end. We have no idea whose we tasted, so we can't pick favorites.
Well, obviously you did pick favorites, and you're pretty. Was there general consensus? Could you tell?
There were some that I feel like people liked more than others, but I guess overall, it was all delicious. Everyone took a lot of time preparing, and it's really hard to beat something like that on a beautiful fall day. Live music, beer, barbecue. Everybody's a winner.
And the proceeds are going to a great cause.
That's right. Feed My People. Correct? Feed My People.
And the helping hands for the vets.
Right. And this is the 3rd year, so we always like to involve ourselves with some of these benefits here in the Eau Claire, Chippewa Valley areas. So this is year number 3. It's getting bigger and better, and we're hoping it really rounds out and it turns into something bigger for the years to come, because free barbecue is where it's at.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I can't agree more.
Well, thanks an awful lot. I know it was a hard job. Somebody had to do it.
I think I need a toothpick. If anybody can find a toothpick, I need to get some of this out of my teeth.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Michelle.
Well, Chippewa Valley, this has been quite a festival here. Hogs and Hops number 3 is winding down, although it seems to me there's still quite a lot of partying yet to do. The beverages were delightful. The food was delightful. I'm sorry, we couldn't get a secret recipe for any of you. Maybe next year. Looks like this event will end up being bigger in the future years. We're also really glad to see a lot of help going to the homeless veterans through the Hands Foundation. And we will sign off here for Community Television's Valley Talk. This is Michelle BALAS.
This program was recorded and presented by Chippewa Valley Community Television. Chippewa Valley Community Television is made possible by continuing community support. If you would like to volunteer or make a donation, you can contact us by calling 715-839-5067 or on the web at www.cbctv.org.